You'll notice a very special guest on the panel today.
Is it me?
It's not you,
No.
but she is kind of your other half. She's a two-time contestant on Survivor and has traveled the world on The Amazing Race. Now she co-hosts the podcast, My Safe Word is More, with Corinne Kaplan.
I feel like I won a contest. Like, I don't know how I'm sitting here. Thank you guys for having me.
Thank you.
Good to see you
Excited.
again.
Very happy. All right, so let's talk about this podcast, which
Yeah.
is the best name ever in the whole wide world.
Thank you.
She came up with it. We were
I know you
going
did.
back and forth.
My safe word is more. Are you kidding? Amazing. So what is it with you? What's the deal about brunch? I know that's like a thing that's come up and become a highlight.
And tell us about the podcast,
Yeah,
too.
tell us
Okay,
everything.
so I guess like if we were going to sum up the podcast, it's have you ever had that one friend that tells very interesting stories, but while you're listening, they're equal parts impressive and like alarming?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So there are two of us on the podcast telling those stories, and though we should not probably be dispensing advice, we do that as well. And you know, the idea is just to make people laugh, and it's a lot of fun for us to shoot.
I think the reason I gravitated towards Corinne, honestly, is a lot like you guys. Steph, I told you this yesterday. You guys are incapable of lying. It's a very weird thing. I don't know if that's always great, but you guys can't do it. And neither Corinne is just so honest that I just love to talk to her because that's how you feel. And you could say that's crazy, I disagree, or totally agree, but you know it's real. So I just love talking to her.
She is on
Get it out.
We know, like, in life, there is no safe word you can scream out when things are coming at you, but if there was, we pick more.
Yeah, let's go. Bring it on.
Good. I love it.
Love that.
Yeah, well,
It's
and
your turn.
as for the, I was going to say, as for the brunch.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Do your thing, Al.
First of all, brunch is silly.
What?
You think it's for people
Blasphemy!
If you just want to keep drinking, man up and drink in your car. You don't have to go inside of the breakfast place and keep drinking. Brunch,
You don't have to
brunch is
drink
for
at
people.
brunch.
You want to drink in the morning.
Well, you do if you're with me.
Yeah.
I stand for everyone that goes to brunch so they can't stand.
Bottomless mimosas for Corinne.
And that's why I like going to brunch with Corinne. I'm not kidding. I love
You
it.
don't. It's just like you
I
don't
also
have to.
feel like every brunch is you're brunching for your life. Like the next day is the date of your execution. The calories don't count. Is it $80 for eggs? I don't care. I'm dying tomorrow. Like I want it to be as extra as humanly possible. Is there bottle service at this diner? In.
What?
Yeah.
I'm missing
She's
out.
I
amazing.
just say go to a bar early. You know, the game's probably already on. It's not as fun.
Waffles.
I know, yeah, but
French
but the waffles shouldn't be $21. It's so expensive.
But when
I
you're
can't.
drinking bottomless mimosas with her,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
Good point.
Thank you.
All right. Well, let's get into it. All right. A couple of years ago, obviously you know these faces because you hosted us on DBL.
Yes.
Clothed and Afraid. One little fun fact from our podcast that I found out: Corinne doesn't or had not camped at that point.
No.
I thought we were out within like an outdoor expert.
She was on Survivor.
Here's the thing.
You were. Tori and I. We beat you in everything. But
We won the contest.
Corinne, you were there. You
Yes.
hosted it. Who had the better tent?
have
Who had the better
footage.
fire?
Okay, well, I feel like you're leading me into this. I will say that, so some people were out there like really trying to survive, and some people were sort of asleep at the wheel. I would say, Sam, above all, like you seem like somebody who knows how to camp, maybe has camped before. Everyone else seemed like they had never even prepared.
I had a severe sinus
Yeah, you were
infection.
First of all, she got up multiple times in the middle of the night. It was 20 degrees, and she
freezing.
never zipped back up the tent.
It was so cold.
Well, because no one told her. This is my issue. When he said I've never camped, so I went on Survivor, and when I was recruited, which always upsets people. I didn't audition. I just got found, which is very weird. I know, but that's what
How
happened.
did they find you where?
It was on MySpace because I'm very young. And they were looking. They were at the last minutes of the process of getting the cast together, and they needed this particular character, which I realize now was the villain, but I didn't then. And they sent out like a mass email on MySpace. So I thought it was weird and funny, and I responded, and basically I ended up on the show, but I had never slept outside. And you figure it out, right? Like it's $1 million, I'll figure it out. It can't be that hard. Like people do it all the time, but I've never,
that
I'd never
statement right
pitched a
there
tent and camped.
Just summarizes
Look at
who
her.
you are. She just clicks over in her head. Yeah. She's just like,
You were a really good
What's it
survivor.
It's not
So which one of the hosts do you think has the best survival skills?
Not you, Tori. but hands down.
Okay, all right, hands
No.
down.
That-
look over here.
No, it's Sam.
Yeah.
It's Sam.
Yeah.
I don't think the best. I think she has the only survival skills.
I I scared Al with a fake snake.
It was
he
so
jumped
good.
so high.
Fake snake outdoors isn't a good a freak. Of course, there are real snakes out there, so it's not that big of a deal.
How about my adornment of the tent with Christmas lights? I thought that was a helpful part.
It wasn't
left the-
functional, but
you
it's
left the door
cute.
open.
Cheery,
Yeah.
keeping things cheery.
She did
Yeah.
keep it cheery.
Yeah.
Okay, so Corinne, you are staying with us for the rest of the show. We
Yes.
want to get your thoughts on some subjects that you talk a lot about on the podcast, right? So dating. So are you ready? Here we go.
I'm ready.
All right, Taylor Swift stepped out last night to support her friend Emma Stone at the New York premiere of her new film, Poor Things. She's stunned in all black with her signature red lip. Now, all eyes have been on Taylor this year, especially lately with her relationship with football star Travis Kelce. People are calling him the first real man Taylor has been with. Most fans support Taylor stepping away from her quote-unquote type after briefly dating musician Matt Healy, after breaking up with Joe Alwyn. People are also calling Travis Kelce a quote-unquote golden retriever of a boyfriend, Corinne, meaning he's sweet, laid back, devoted. What do you think about these labels?
Oh, God. All right. I like Taylor Swift, obviously. She's got great music. Do I want to keep talking about this? No. But here we are. I think... so to me, I also like hot and dumb. I just don't call them golden retrievers. So I am.
That's what they're saying.
That's what we're saying, right?
Let me jump in here. Here are other examples. You were absolutely right. Of a golden retriever boyfriend. Andy from Parks and Rec.
Oh, yeah.
Ken in Barbie. Joey
dumb.
from Friends. He's kind of hot and dumb. Tom Holland in Spider-Man. I don't think he was dumb. Channing Tatum is like your #1 kind of dude. I think I'm kind of a golden retriever girl, and I like the label. I think
Tori literally calls herself that all the time.
I'm like,
You do?
Yeah, because
She
I'm like
does,
ready to
all
hang
the
out.
time.
I want to go hang out. I think they're so loyal. They're so friendly. They're cheery. They're also service dogs. They're intelligent sometimes.
You can tell she's very passionate about this.
Let me be clear. I do not ever want to be compared to a dog.
I was
Period.
about to
End of
say
story.
that.
That's what Erica's
Not
saying.
In a love
interested.
letter, you're my service dog. Like, that's not gonna, yeah. It's
an
kind of an insult. I'm just like, you can't have it both ways. You can't say we want to, we want to expand the idea of masculinity and like any guy can be masculine, but then be like, as soon as she gets with the football player, that's a real man. Because all the other guys, what, a rocker can't be masculine, an artist can't be masculine?
Yeah, I don't quite understand. It's very insulting, by the way, to like Jake Gyllenhaal, everyone else she dated, so they weren't real men.
Right.
So what were they?
I think they were
Right.
very much like this. Can I be honest? I went a little viral when I did my video of her other boyfriends are very emo and like I have all these feelings and
why
I don't like
can't that
public.
be a real man?
It can. You're right. But the other kind is like the typical alpha. And you're right.
Machismo.
That slaps the table.
Machismo.
Machismo, and maybe that is is a little backwards and a little bit antiquated, but it's the idea of the alpha versus the emo. And maybe that's wrong, but that's sort of what people are
No,
deferring to.
it's not wrong. It's just not innovative. I've been doing that for years, and no one has complimented me. Like, I don't date emo. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Right.
this is not like new stuff.
Right. It's just
yes,
that
he's a hot 6'5" football player. We all want that.
Oh, man.